is Talking Birds.
Made possible by the generous support of the Birdwatchers General Store, Orleans, Cape Cod. Birdwatchersgeneralstore.com.
And by Vortex Optics with the VIP warranty. Their unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. Learn more at vortexoptics.com.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to our show, number 1078. On today's show, we'll hear an audio postcard from New Zealand. We'll meet a shaggy-crested tern from across the big pond. We'll learn about the Big Birds Georgia 100-year anniversary. And from the Birdwatchers General Store's Mike O'Connor, we'll hear about robins in winter on Let's Ask Mike Live. Right now we have what I think is a reasonably described timely conservation salute of the week. And it goes to an organization called Eco Athletes. We have to switch microphones here. Sorry.
We'll just take a second here while we figure that out.
1, 2 now, and see how we're doing now. That sounds much better.
Yes, okay.
All right.
We finally got that blooper show we've been looking for a long time.
That was a beautiful one, yeah. All right. End of blooper for the moment. Let's see. I think we were talking about our conservation salute of the week to an organization called Eco Athletes, which supports Olympians and other elite athletes, leveraging their platform to drive urgent climate action and aiming to make sustainability a core component of sports. Key figures include USA skier Jessie Diggins, who has advocated for climate action on Capitol Hill, and showcased melting glaciers on her speed suit. Also, Italian team hockey player and climate scientist Jackie Pieri, who's working to find ways to lower the sport's carbon footprint. British rower Imogen Grant, who helped launch the Clean Water Sport Alliance to combat water pollution. And USA discus thrower Sam Mattis, an outspoken advocate for environmental awareness. So a Talking Bird salute to these Olympians and the many other athletes helping to advance the cause of conservation in the world of sports through their own work and as part of the great climate action and sustainability group, Eco Athletes. You can find them at ecoathletes.org. We're late getting to this audio postcard. We kind of lost track of this one, but we found it again from Kimberly Mutu when it was fall in North America and spring in New Zealand. But it features some pretty cool birds, and here it is.
Good morning, Ray. This is Kimberly here. You just heard a couple of Eurasian coots scooting away from me on the side of the Oha Channel next to Lake Rotorua. You can also hear a couple of Canada geese in the background. But what's of interest to me right now is a rookery of about 120 little pied cormorants. They're sitting in a tree just on the opposite side of the bank from me and in the bushes along the edge of the river, all sitting on nests. You can also hear a song thrush in the background, some Eurasian blackbirds, New Zealand fantails. That's the sound of the cormorant right there. Well, that's it for me. Kimberly, Rotorua, New Zealand, September, spring. Bye.
Bye-bye, Kimberly, and thank you for that beautiful audio postcard. We are looking for more audio postcards from wherever you're looking at birds, in your backyard or elsewhere. How to make an audio postcard? Just grab your smartphone or maybe borrow one and just record what you're seeing for 30 seconds to a minute, seeing or hearing, and then just send the resulting file to ray@talkingbirds.com. That's ray@talkingbirds.com. And we can hear maybe our mystery bird. Can we hear that mystery bird? Is that possible? The preview of our mystery bird contest coming up here. I'll start the description here. There it is. There it is. Not a very varied song, but that is the mystery bird. It's
our bigger-than-a-robin, smaller-than-a-crow mystery bird, a member of the Columbidae family. Its small head, plump body, and long tail are sandy gray. It has red eyes, red legs, and red feet, and a black band on the nape or back of the neck. Our bird, whose diet consists mainly of seeds and grains, was introduced into the Bahamas in the mid-'70s, is now established over most of the contiguous U.S., southern Canada, and northern Mexico. That's our bird. The contest later. The prizes, too, with a 1-year subscription to the great birding magazine BWD, founded in 1978 as Birdwatchers Digest, as one of our prizes this morning. A great magazine with articles by renowned experts like Julie Zickafoos and many others. Plus a big bag of our favorite coffee that's shade-grown, bird-friendly. Truly delicious birds and beans coffee, grown under the natural forest canopy in Central America to preserve habitats for the wintering birds that we all love. Prizes there on our mystery bird contest coming along in a bit. Right now we have a royal salute. We may not hear salute horn, but we'll give the salute nonetheless. Maybe we will hear the salute horn. Well, who knows? There it is. Thank you so much, Jesse. Thank you to Ro Fife from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. She says, love the podcast, super approachable and great guests. Appreciate the focus on accessibility and inclusion. Rose says she's a lifelong novice birder, just loves observing common and even pest birds like pigeons, crows, and house sparrows. All right, Ro, I'm certainly with you on the pigeons, too, and the crows. And house sparrows, I'm coming around. Well, Talking Birds listeners, please consider joining Ro and becoming a Talking Birds royal member of our family by becoming a Talking Birds ambassador. Really easy to do and just as easy to sign up for under the Get Involved tab at talkingbirds.com. That's the Get Involved tab at talkingbirds.com. Help us spread the good word about birds and birding and conservation. Still to come today, we'll talk with Adam Betchel from Birds, Georgia, about their big 100th anniversary celebrations. And Mike O'Connor, let's ask Mike about wintering robins. And now our featured feathered friend, presented by the Bigger and Better BWD magazine, with each large format issue packed with beautiful photographs, illustrations, and in-depth articles, ranging from backyard birds to birding abroad. Experience birds up close with BWD at bwdmagazine.com. There aren't many birds in North America named for cities or towns. Just 4 we can think of: the Philadelphia vireo, the Baltimore oriole, the Nashville warbler, and the Cape May warbler. Today's featured feathered friend, the sandwich tern, is named for the town of Sandwich, but not any of the sandwiches in the U.S. It's named for the one in England, where it was first reported and described by ornithologist John Latham in 1787. The sandwich tern shares its regal and stylish looks with the larger royal tern and the elegant and Caspian terns. It's the only shaggy-crested tern with a black bill, which in breeding adults of the 2 U.S. subspecies has a pale tip. Otherwise, this medium-sized, slender tern sports long pointed wings, a shallow, forked, medium-length tail, and short, dark legs. Sandwich terns feed mostly on small, schooling fish, as well as squid, shrimp, crustaceans, and insects. They capture prey by plunge diving from the air into the sea, grasping the prey in the bill. Their nests are natural depressions or scrapes in the sand on beaches and barrier islands that the adults dig with their feet, sometimes adding shells or other decorations from the rack line. They're less aggressive at the nest than species like the common terns, with whom they often share nesting areas. It's thought that the sandwich terns may derive some extra protection through the common tern's aggressive behavior. In North America, the sandwich tern is seen year-round on the Florida and Gulf coasts, with breeding territory along the Atlantic coast as far up as Delaware, Maryland, and southeast Pennsylvania. By the way, if you're in the Philly area, you might be glad to know that the collective name for a group of sandwich terns relates to a popular food item. It's a hoagie of sandwich terns. Today's Talkin' Birds featured feathered friend, the Lasius sanvicensis, the sandwich tern. Welcome again to our show number 1078. Adam Betchuel has led conservation efforts with the great organization now known as Birds Georgia for more than a decade. He's secured and managed more than $1 million in grants, expanded habitat restoration work, and cultivated philanthropic partnerships. And he spearheaded the development of the Project Safe Flight and Lights Out Georgia bird collision prevention programs. He joins us now to tell us about Birds Georgia's 100th anniversary here in 2026. Good morning, Adam.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me, Ray.
A pleasure indeed. Well, you haven't been with Birds Georgia for its entire existence, but congratulations on a great milestone.
Yes, it's our centennial year. So fortunately, I'm not quite that old yet, even though I'm getting grayer all the time. But yes, 2026 is a very exciting year for us, celebrating our centennial and highlighting what we have done, and then looking forward to the next 100 years.
100 years. Well, let me see if I have this right. It all started as the Atlanta Bird Club in 1926, became Audubon Atlanta, I think, and then Audubon Georgia, and then in a change of naming convention, became Birds Georgia in 2023, and you became its executive director this past November.
That is correct. Yeah, so we have quite the history there of the Atlanta Bird Club, volunteer-run group, as you may expect. In the 70s, we joined the larger National Audubon Network. In the early 2000s, we started sprinkling in our first staff members. And then as the team was growing throughout the 2010s, our board made the decision to go statewide in 2019, and we executed that in 2020. And then, yes, as you mentioned, we opted to drop the Audubon from our name and rebrand as Birds Georgia, as some other groups did across the country at that time. So we felt it was more descriptive and more inclusive, and I think it's been a good move for us thus far.
Great. Well, I wonder if you could give us an overview, Adam, of how you'll be celebrating this anniversary. And then I'd ask you about a couple of particular events.
Yeah, so obviously there's a lot of excitement. We've already had a couple great events early on this year. In January, we had our scrapbook of our records, paper records going all the way back to the first scribbled notes, asking for a bird meetup, or, some of our early members were heavily involved in a Purple Martin issue that happened downtown. So we had our entire records put in the Cherokee Garden archive here at the Atlanta History Museum. So that was a great way to kind of start off our year. We also had a very exciting Habitat Workday weekend of service over MLK weekend, where we got people out ripping up some of the problematic non-native plants that occurred down here in the Georgia Piedmont. But looking forward, we have kind of our normal tentpole events during spring and fall migration that we're just trying to bring to that next level to get more excitement. I'm a bit of a craft beer connoisseur, and so it's become a bit of a joke that we have a lot of Birds and Brews events.
Oh, yeah.
More of those throughout the year. March 21st coming up, we're actually having a bird walk on the campus of Emory University, which is the exact location we had our first ever bird walk 100 years ago to the date on March 21st. So it's going to be a year of our normal activities sprinkled in with unique special events and really elevating and celebrating what's quite the achievement here in Georgia.
And then April 10th through May 10th, the Georgia Bird Fest. That's a beautifully long festival period, a whole month.
It is. Yeah. So it's a little bit different than, the Space Coast Birding Festival or Rio Grande, where it's an action-packed weekend of great events. The way we've structured ours, pulling inspiration years ago from the Golden Gate Bird Alliance and others, it's a month of kind of continuous events, mainly during the weekends, but there are weekday and weeknight events. And those range from kind of specialty bird walks to maybe restricted locations or with some of the more desired leaders across Georgia, bird photography, webinars, classes, and then right smack dab in the middle is our in-person kind of everyone coming together. We call it our summit. And this year, the summit's occurring on April 26th at the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. And that's where we're going to have a great keynote speaker, breakout sessions, tablers, and all sorts of fun activities, and hopefully some enjoyment of peak migration right around that time.
I'll give the website, by the way, before we finish so folks can get all the details. But tell us, if you would, Adam, about the creation of the Georgia Birding Trail. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, so we are launching that later this year. Expect it to take a couple of years to get it going. It's geared to all birders, but especially kind of novice to intermediate and visitor birders to our state. And so like other states have established, Florida and Texas and Colorado being a couple that come to mind, there will be hundreds of sites where we will provide not only the great birds that are there, like you can find on eBird, but also what's the parking situation? What are the amenities? How can you properly visit this site? So we want to highlight the impact of birding across our state and try to continue to grow our flock and those that come to visit us.
And I'm sure with all that, folks will come from way outside the borders of Georgia.
Yes. Hopefully we get all sorts of people to come and see our brown-headed nuthatches and our red-cockaded woodpeckers and everything in between.
Mm-hmm. Adam Betchuel is the executive director of Birds Georgia, an independent chapter of National Audubon, celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. More details about Birds Georgia and all of the anniversary events are easily found at this web address, birdsgeorgia.org. That's birdsgeorgia.org. Adam, thanks for being with us, and good luck with all of the events in this very special year.
Thank you, Ray. This is a real pleasure.
Adam Betchuel here on Talkin' Birds. And up next, our Mystery Bird Contest in just 1 minute. The flutter of a tail feather, the flash of a wing bar in mid-flight. You don't always have a lot of time to identify a bird in nature, let alone to appreciate its beauty. But with Vortex Optics, you'll have the power to bring every wild moment closer. When you choose Vortex, you're choosing to have a partner in the field as passionate about nature as you are. Whether you're spotting old friends on the backyard feeder or packing for a once-in-a-lifetime trip to add a few species to your life list, Vortex offers a full range of optics and optics accessories for every birder and every budget. And whether the birds are taking you to another state or another country, you're always covered by the Vortex VIP warranty, an unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. If you'd like to learn more, or if you need help choosing your next optic, give Vortex a call at 1-800-4VORTEX or visit vortexoptics.com. There's that mystery bird. Nice to hear, briefly. And sounding the same all the way through. We could play that for longer, but you get the idea. It's bigger than a robin, smaller than a crow, member of the Columbidae family. Its small head and plump body and long tail are a sandy gray color. It has red eyes, red legs, and red feet, and a black band on the nape or the back of the neck. Our bird, whose diet consists mainly of seeds and grains, was introduced into the Bahamas in the mid-'70s and now established over most of the U.S., southern Canada, and northern Mexico. That's the bird, and here is the number to call as soon as you possibly can for a chance to win one of those beautiful prizes and to show us that you know what that bird is. It's 781-837-4900. I'll give the number again in a moment. Prizes quickly, a 1-year subscription to the great birding magazine, BWD, and a big bag of our favorite coffee, shade-grown, bird-friendly birds and beans. That number again, 781-837-4900. Meanwhile, let's ask Mike live in just 1 minute.
A gentle breeze blows across your face as you take a refreshing sip of water, appreciating the stillness of another morning fishing on the lake. The distant gurgle of a stream reminds you of days spent playing in the creek, the cool, clear water rushing between your toes. You love this time with nature, the feeling of putting everything on hold to connect with the world around you. Now, imagine it's all gone. No fish, no lake, no water. One of life's most vital resources, irreplaceably depleted. Time is running out to protect fresh water, and without our love, it can and will disappear. It's our choice. Love it or lose it. Help protect our fresh water. Visit World Wildlife Fund at wwf.org/love.
And now we head to beautiful Cape Cod, land of warm sunshine and occasionally crystal sunshine. Some call it snow. Mike O'Connor is down there to tell us about robins in winter. Good morning, Mike.
You know what, Ray? I got to say, the guy in Australia is right. I got to remember he said he has better weather wherever he lives in Australia.
Yeah, he just took the lead there in the third quarter.
He's taking the lead right now. We're supposed to get like 11 feet of snow tonight.
Exactly the number I heard. Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
Oh, man. You know, I've been out all morning. I pre-shovel, so...
Oh, good idea.
I try to get
you do the strokes, the snow comes down and goes away. Yeah, I got it.
Oh man, try that.
Very clever. That. I will try it and see how the neighbors react to that. So robins, American robin we were talking about here, and it used to be considered the harbinger of spring for folks up north. Not maybe so much anymore because of the things we've learned about it, and also because so many spend the winter up north these days.
Yeah, you're 100% right. The robins in recent decades have stayed more northerly than in the past.
Yeah.
Up until this winter, climate change has something to do with it. It's a little milder, and also, a lot of people plant ornamental shrubs and trees, which contain a lot of the berries, and the birds are just taking advantage of them and not migrating like they used to. But we got some bad winters like we're having now in a lot of areas in the country having, and then towards the end of the season, the robins are struggling a little bit, and we're getting a lot of reports, a lot of phone calls from robins coming to feeders. And they want to know what to do. Two groups of people are calling. One group wants to know what to do, what we can feed the robins, and others how to get them out of there, because these people are the ultimate control freaks. And when the robins show up, it keeps other birds like bluebirds away, and they're not happy about it.
And house sparrows,
Yeah. And some robins can, as we know, in the spring, some robins are a little bit over aggressive, and they attack the reflection in a side mirror of a car or on a window.
Yeah.
And the same thing is here. They get a little bossy, and they try to control the whole feeder. And one lady called, wanted to know if we sold traps so she could trap this robin and take it to another part of town and let it go.
Great idea.
Wow. Yeah. So, I said, okay, number one, that's against the law. And number two, this bird probably came down from Newfoundland. So if it can fly 1,500 miles from Newfoundland to your yacht, I think it can make it across town.
Yeah, they can probably cover that territory. Yeah.
So we get robins coming around your feeder. Just enjoy them. Don't try to control them. But you can put stuff out for them. I put out a tray. You can put out a dish or a plastic cover or a little small bird bath or something, and you can put suet. They like suet. Mm-hmm. They like mealworms to help them out above the snow. On a tray, you chop fruit like grapes, apples. I had really good luck with chopped up apples. They came, and bits of suet. And one lady even put out spaghetti. Wow. I actually read that a couple of times, but one customer said, "Oh yeah, they like the spaghetti. Chop it up, boil it, chop it up in little pieces, and they come down, swallow that to help them get through."
Is that al dente, or is it?
No, I got to call her back and ask that. But water too. Put out water because they need all this water. Everything's frozen now, at least around here, and they love water. So
yes, indeed. Yeah, water is the key. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Mike, thank you. Thank you so much for that update.
All right, if I survive the storm, I'll be back.
Good luck, man. Good luck with that pre-shoveling there, too. Don't hurt yourself. All right.
It's lighter now. See?
Oh, yeah, that's right. No strain, no back strain. You're in good shape there. All right, Mike O'Connor there from the famous Birdwatchers General Store in Cape Cod, where it almost never does anything but have sunshine. It'd be 24 hours a day down there.
Hello, I'm Ed Begley Jr., and wherever you call home, the sounds of wildlife connect you with a greater family of life. That's why you shudder each time you see woods, marshes, meadows, or grasslands being destroyed. You know that countless birds and other wild animals are losing their homes, the greatest threat to their survival. Among the growing number of threats to wildlife, habitat loss is the most devastating. The Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust offers a humane solution, working with private landowners to protect habitat as permanent safe havens for wildlife. When you hear the familiar wild voices you love, remember, your voice is the one that can speak for wildlife and for the land they call home, ensuring that it stays forever wild. To learn more or to work with the Humane Society Wildlife Land Trust, visit wildlifelandtrust.org.
We're back here to the Mystery Bird Contest. One more time, and doing the actual contest with a caller from California. We have Everett getting up early to join us on our Mystery Bird Contest there. Everett, good morning.
Good morning, Ray.
Good morning. Good morning. You care to say where you are in California?
Monterey.
Oh, beautiful Monterey. All right. Well, you heard all the info and stuff there, Everett. What do you say about the mystery bird there?
I think it's the Eurasian collared dove.
It looks like it. It sounds like it. It walks like it. It's got that very diagnostic black band on the back of its neck, the Eurasian collared dove. I think you have some in California area.
I sure do. I've got a few outside my window right now.
Wow. It's so interesting because it is still exploding, as I understand it, in growth, except for places like Florida, where it first showed up, and they say it's kind of declining there. So we'll see. But this is something I just read, where the scientific name of this bird came from Greek mythology. Decaocto was a servant girl whom the gods changed into a dove so she could escape her unhappy circumstances, and the dove's mournful cry recalls her former life.
Wow.
A little different information there.
That's fun. No, I like that.
All right, the Eurasian collared dove.
Decaocto is Greek for the number 18.
Well, thank you. Jesse, he knows his Greek.
I do. I've been studying it for years.
He's been to Greece numerous times. And we're still waiting for your audio postcard from Greece. Or you sent us one.
I sent one.
You did send us one. All right. Well, we'll expect another one on your next trip. In any case, Everett, stay on the line. We'll get your info and send you those prizes.
Awesome. Thanks, Ray.
All right. Thank you, Everett, correctly identifying the Eurasian collared dove. On next week's show, we'll kick off our Gardening for Birds Month, featuring special guest and master gardener Caitlin Parkins. And we'll introduce our Name the Talkin' Birds Garden Frog contest, and we'll have a very special prize for the listener whose name for the frog is chosen by our astute and esteemed panel of judges. That's next week. Thanks to our amazing Talkin' Birds team, Debbie Bleacher, Freya McGregor, and our producing engineer and Grecian expert, Jesse Wilkins. I'm Ray Brown, reminding you that you can enter next week's Mystery Bird Contest no matter where you are on planet Earth if you listen live. And that's easy to do via the Listen tab at talkingbirds.com. Thanks for listening, and see you next week.
The Bird Show. I like that.
Ray Brown's Talkin' Birds.
Made possible by the generous support of the Birdwatchers General Store, Orleans, Cape Cod. Birdwatchersgeneralstore.com.
And by Vortex Optics with the VIP warranty. Their unlimited lifetime promise to keep you and your optic covered. Learn more at vortexoptics.com.